Making homemade chocolate fudge without using corn syrup or condensed milk is a little bit more technical, but the results are just as delicious. It's the perfect sweet treat to give away for the holidays or to keep it all for yourself. And if you're new here, I'm Maggie. This is No Frills Kitchen, where I teach you how to cook with confidence with nothing fancy required.
The first step is to chop your chocolate and then add it to a medium saucepan. To the pan, also add in some dark brown sugar, a bit of unsalted butter, some cocoa powder, a bit of salt, and some milk. Set the pan over medium heat and, stirring constantly, bring it up to a boil as you gently melt the chocolate and butter. In my first iteration of this recipe, I used heavy cream instead of milk, thinking that the added fat content would aid in a more tender texture, but I did end up finding this detrimental and the mixture separated when stirring it. I've had no issues with this since when switching to milk. Unlike in many of my other candy recipes, be that chewy caramel or lollipops, there is no need to stop stirring once this boils. In fact, it's better that you continue to stir to prevent the bottom from scorching. Once the mixture is boiling, begin checking the temperature and continue cooking the syrup until it reaches 112 to 114 degrees C or 234 to 237 degrees F, which is also known as the soft ball stage. At this point, pour the syrup in one fluid motion into a large mixing bowl, or into the bowl of a stand mixer if you have one. It is imperative that at this point you do not stir or agitate the mixture in any way. We need to control when we form crystals with fudge, and any stirring or agitation before the syrup cools to an appropriate temperature can result in a grainy fudge. What you need to do is dot the top of the fudge with a bit more butter and then wait until the temperature of the syrup drops to 50 degrees C or 122 F. Be careful not to agitate the syrup too much when checking the temperature. While the syrup is cooling, go ahead and line a standard loaf pan with some overlapping pieces of foil and grease it generously. And once you've reached that 50 degrees C, it's time to vigorously stir the fudge. This is most easily done in a stand mixer with a paddle attachment or with a hand mixer, but you can do it with a spoon and some elbow grease and stamina if that's all you have. While stirring the fudge, you will notice that it is very shiny for the first part of it. As you continue to stir, you will notice that the fudge turns a little bit more matte in appearance. This means that small crystals have formed, and that's what we want. Note that this can take about 10 minutes or more if you're mixing by hand. Once the mixture is matte, you can use this time to swirl in some creamy peanut butter. Use the homogenized kind rather than the natural kind for best results if you want a chocolate peanut butter fudge. You could also use this time to stir in something like toasted nuts. Walnuts or pecans would be great. Scrape the fudge into your prepared pan and smooth out the top and allow the fudge to set completely, at least 2 hours. Then when it's set, you can cut the fudge into equal pieces and enjoy. And if you liked this recipe, make sure to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss my next videos. Enjoy!